Aquarius, welcome. It's Erin Scott here with the Alchemy of Holism, here with my coffee. Delicious. We're going to do a little art channeling here. We're tapping into your natural, archetypal, evolutionary evolution over the course of this new moon cycle, which is the Gemini new moon cycle, which we had a couple of days ago. Sun moon conjunct at 2244 Gemini. Very close to where Mercury was located at the beginning of Cancer. It's an intense time for everybody, as you're probably well feeling, because Mars is conjunct the South Node in your sign. Huge. It's huge for all of us. And by the way, there's a bit of a square going on to Uranus with that. And so it's massively eruptive. There's a level of cruelty that's coming up on the collective, but you're feeling it because it's going through your archetypal sign. So there's a lot of kind of societal trauma narrative that's all coming up, okay? Anyway, this is going to be a mellow reading. I'm going to go slow. Hang in there. You know, for this, it takes a little patience to be on these readings. I don't go fast, and I have no desire to go fast. So this is about being in the process with me. You don't want to jump ahead because I speak during it, okay? But let's go ahead, and I'm going to identify you here. I have my gouache paints here, and we're going to start. Okay, we're going to start with you up here. Now, let me tap in. What I'm doing is, and by the way, I'm going to pull from my Siri deck too. I'm going to pull from my 144 card Siri deck at the end to bring forward a support that can help you through this cycle. Let's kind of tap in. I'm tapping into colors, images, spatial relationships, all of that stuff. What forms, numbers, images, stories want to come through? And I'm going to actually, let me take off my glasses. So Aquarius, just hang in there for a little bit. Life is story. Life is archetype. Life is evolutionary arc. Life is story. And you are an archetypal reality. Your embodiment, the embodiment of the Aquarius archetype, is on a growth journey, as we all are. And you're certainly on an individuated journey that's very specific to your birth chart. However, there are collective realities, okay? There are generalized patterns of growth, and that's what's happening here. Or that's what I'm tapping into here, rather. To find your own, to really tap into the breadth of my work. Artistic channeling is kind of one avenue, but really my work is counseling, you know, with clients worldwide, to get them clear on their soul print identification, what's encoded within you, and what is your mastery trajectory. What's the naturally encoded mastery trajectory? It's critical to really get clear on that, huh? And then to become free from it. Natural systems, evolutionary, astrology, and Byron Katie's The Work. It's a combination of those three that's specific to my holosynthesis work. And okay, so let me just tap in here. I don't know if you can hear it, but the wind is coming through the maple tree outside, and it's pretty wonderful. Now, I will say, Aquarius, if I remember correctly, it was either last month's reading or the months before, where you had some really, you had some powerful imagery coming through, and this is like the second cloud image that's come through the readings. I have 2 more readings to do after you. It might have been Libra. It might have been Libra. I can't remember who it was that had the cloud. Actually, you know what? It was Capricorn. I think it was Capricorn, actually. If you have a lot of Capricorn in you, I invite you to go to that reading. I think it was that one that also had a cloud. And it might relate. I think it might speak to you as well. Aquarius, I just want to tap in here for a minute, okay? I don't know if this is really going to come through. I'll explain what it is. It's a book. It's an open book. This is a book. I don't know if that's going to come through or not. Okay. So let's look at it. There might be some other stuff that wants to come through here. The first things that came through were these green hatch marks, okay? Organic, moving, growth-oriented. So there's movement happening, and there's an intersection of 2. Well, this one came down, but it didn't complete. This one, this one, this one. There's 2 intersections that are happening. Some previous action that you've taken in a previous month, recently perhaps, maybe even in a previous year. These are both linked to the book, by the way. So there's some previous learning. There's previous information that you've gleaned. Or for some of you, it's a previous writing. So for some of you, either you create media, you either blog or you vlog or you write. You write novels or books or something. But there's some previous growth, something that you've done, that now this cycle, I feel there's responses coming to this growth that you already have pushed along. Does that make sense? So there's something happening. There's 2 responses happening to some previous writing or blog or vlog that you've put out in the world. Now, for some of you, this could be a communication that you've put out there, just a communication to somebody. And you put a communication out via writing. It could be an email. and you're getting 2 responses to it. Now, these are also in green, which means that this is growth oriented, seeding some new development for you. So over the course of mid-June to mid-July, Gemini new moon cycle, which is a reboot in mind. It's a reboot in our communications. It's a reboot in our networking. So you might have been noticing, by the way, since this Gemini new moon a few days ago, you might have noticed that there's a resurgence of either people from your past arising or you wanting to connect with people from your past. There's stuff happening where there's a reemergence of connection happening. A previous communication is bringing response. In the middle, in the in-between, is this orange. Now, I will tell you, you're the only sign so far this month who's gotten orange. You're the only one to get orange this month. So you have this orange, which represents education. It represents expansion of information. It's learning, it's learning. It can also be teaching, by the way. And some of you might be teaching something. Now, do you see how this green line is linked to this over here? This is writing. There's some sort of new communication coming from an old communication. And by the way, this could be school. You learn something in school or some sort of, a program. And now you're bringing forward your own interpretation or your own writing, your own wisdom, your own knowledge from something that came from a book or something that came from a system that you learned. That's what I'm getting. Orange is education. It is learning. It's new learning. The in-between here is the intersection. And this is kind of a reversed, it's a triangle, and it's like a reversed pyramid in a way. But this triangular kind of 3-point here that we have, 3 does represent community, creativity, and communication. And indeed, there's something happening, everybody, for you. Keep in mind, we're tapping into a natural kind of growth arc. So it's catalyzing growth for you. You have to participate in the energies that are playing out or the catalyzations that are playing out in order to move in your aligned path. What is your bliss path? For a lot of you, there's past knowledge that's becoming new wisdom for you. And it has to do with education, and it has to do with communication. There's also this massive bisecting point here, which is sort of orange as well, although the intention was it was going to be yellow. And this kind of, let's say, yellow bisecting point from north to south, from above to below, for me, is something optimistic. There's like a solar ray of optimistic willful energy that is activating this some communication intersection that's happening for you this month. There's new information coming that I think is leading from this to this. I think there's insights happening for a lot of you. Okay, I think that there's some insights, there's some downloads coming. Now, we also have the blue here. Blue also represents communications, and it also represents kind of spirituality in a very big way. This is a lemon scat. This is the infinity symbol, which is a lemon scat, and this is the feedback loop of living systems. All right, in and out, as within, so without. It's all connected. It's all one. Everything is only ever a reflection, only ever always. There is no there is no other, there is no separation. We are one, we're connected by source field. And we're only ever a reflection, a manifest reality of an internal narrative or an internal story. You somehow are connecting the dots maybe. You're bringing forward maybe personal interior, let's say, experiences to your externally communicated spiritual teachings or spiritual work. And it's connected here to this blue cloud. Now, this blue cloud actually almost looks like I mean, it's a four-sided kind of bulbous shape here. I don't know what kind of form. You can put this in the comments. I don't know what form this is, what shape this is, really. I mean, it's kind of like a club shape in a way. But really, ultimately, these four kind of main bulbs of this blue cloud represent stability. There's something kind of stable and firm, let's say, coming through you spiritually. And the cloud is certainly representing, you know, from the heavens, from the ethers, from the consciousness field, from the source field. There's information coming that's spiritual in nature, and it's grounded. It's grounded information. You know, it has stability to it. It has a firmness to it. It has a reality to it. That's what I'm getting. That sounds amazing. Aquarius, let's pull a card. So this is my Siri deck, and what I'm going to do is just pull something, pull a quality set here, a picture, an image, a word that's going to bring forward a support for you over this month. Actually, there were two that just fell out, and I'm going to take these. Mission of the soul. This has to do with a big goal for you, okay? And health, okay? So we have health of the system, and we have mission of the soul, okay? Now, these are linked for you. This is your growth edge. This is going to help support you for this month ahead. I have to tell you, let's put it like this. I have to tell you, this couldn't be, I think, more on point, because previous learning that's becoming your own, there is this lemon scat talking about certainly natural flow, okay, which is health. Natural flow without egotistical wound-fueled stops, halting the flow and creating cancer, disease, rage, and all this other shit that goes on in the system is flow. It's about health. You might be oriented toward bringing forward information for people over the course of this cycle that will instigate health. Health of mind, health of body, health of spirit, okay? This is very good, very juicy. For those interested in learning about the depth of my work and my client work, or understanding or desirous to participate in weekly live streams, you can go to my website, thealchemyofholism.com, and look at my services to understand your soul print, foundational. If you don't know it yet, you got to understand it. And it's good to go deep, very deep into understanding the core narratives that are running by default your reality, your perceptive bubble. Then be getting clear of them, okay? So thealchemyofholism.com. And then for those that are interested in weekly support, I am using Patreon as a membership portal, and you can go to that link, which is below this video. All right. So everybody, I'm sending you much love and support. It is a time that is rich. It's challenging. It's definitely expansive, but it's paradoxical. There's a lot that's going on that feels contradictory, and it's very important to stay grounded during this time. Do your meditations daily. Daily. Do your spiritual ritual daily. Have stillness and quiet daily. Have multiple periods of time when you're not on technology daily. Get in nature daily. It's important now. It's not even a matter of, oh, sure, I'm thinking about, no. Do it. Do it, because material reality is changing wholly in the next several years, certainly in the next 3 years, certainly in the next 7 years. So it's a matter of staying grounded in your own core wisdom set. Know who you are. Stop self-deluding who you are. Get clean and clear of mind. Critical, 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 critical. Okay? It's time to bring sanity back into the world. All right? And maybe you can help. Okay? So this is about following the call, but stay clear. Staying clear. Okay? All right, everybody. I'll see you next week or next month. Bye-bye.